We finally got the answer. Who hurt Roman Reigns? And people, look, I'm about to reveal something, and this is going to change the way you watch WWE or wrestling in general. WWE is not real. It's actually not real. No, they're not throwing punches. No, the kicks are not real. In real life, all of them are friends. But don't worry, Kane's pyro and The Undertaker's lighting is still real. How do I know that WWE is not real? How do I know that WWE is not real? The super kick. Have you seen that super kick on SmackDown Live? Looked fake. Looked absolutely not real. But let's try to stay positive. I do appreciate the fact that WWE finally know how to book challengers correctly. Look at Ember Moon. Vince McMahon probably really loves her.
But you gotta make Roman look really strong.
The best in the world!
Welcome back to another episode of Greatness of SmackDown. A very unimportant episode, not a bad episode, but in my opinion, pretty boring. Like, that's how much they don't care about SmackDown anymore. I talked about that before, but we don't even get 24/7 segments. So that's how much they don't care. Stuff that they actually have to write, to put effort in, it's not on the show. They're saving it for Monday Night Raw. Hopefully WWE will fix that once they will go to Fox. Anyway, so the show opens with Charlotte Flair. She gets on the microphone and talks about how nobody else has what it takes to achieve greatness like her. She trashes Trish Stratus for leaving the business, and she says that Trish Stratus basically waited to steal the spotlight of the women's evolution. She wanted to show some footage of her career, but basically Trish Stratus is a good editor. I think she has the newest Adobe Premiere, and we got Trish Stratus footage instead. We got a woo in Trish Stratus' face, and she slapped Charlotte across the face. So like I've said, a pre-forced rivalry. There's really no reason for them to fight, and like I've said, the way they started it was absolutely embarrassing. So I wish it was a little bit more meaningful, but I'm excited about the match, I'm not gonna lie. Trish Stratus, Charlotte Flair, two faces of women's division. It's gonna be pretty good in my opinion. It's not gonna be a good match, but it's gonna be entertaining to watch. Still, I guess. Goldberg's music hits. I knew that Goldberg is not gonna be on SmackDown for Dolph Ziggler. Of course. So it was actually Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler came out with Goldberg's music. Dolph Ziggler is a mark, and he's marking out while being in Mark City in front of the marks. People are booing the crap out of Dolph Ziggler, and this reminds me of Chris Jericho doing the same thing in WCW when he made fun of Goldberg. So that was pretty similar. Even the hair, like Dolph Ziggler looks like a pretty girl. Hey beautiful. Whoa! Rey Mysterio comes out next for his singles match against Dolph Ziggler. But Dolph Ziggler attacks Rey Mysterio at ringside before the match even starts. Ziggler beats down Rey until referees and agents break it up. He gets on the microphone and talks trash about Goldberg. He says that SummerSlam will be Goldberg's last match. Ali comes out and checks on Rey. Rey Mysterio was probably like, where you've been before. You decided to save me after I've got my ass whipped. Ali drops Ziggler, and after the commercial break we got Ali versus Dolph Ziggler in a pretty entertaining match. But that was a pretty weird X Factor. I don't think Ziggler sold that correctly. I could be wrong. Anyway, Ziggler comes back with a headbutt and then connects with the super kick for the 3 count. So Dolph Ziggler won the match and he looks pretty strong. He's facing Goldberg, so it's pretty obvious who's gonna win that match. It's basically... WWE basically felt like Goldberg should have another chance. After that WWE Super Showdown pay-per-view, that match against The Undertaker, Undertaker got his second chance at Extreme Rules, and it was probably the best match on the night, so they are doing the same with Goldberg, except it's gonna be a squash match, so what does that exactly do? I'm not quite sure. It's just gonna basically ruin Dolph Ziggler's credibility. That's it. He looked very strong for the past few weeks. He keeps winning all the matches, whether it's fair or not, doesn't matter, he still wins the matches, but now all of that is basically gonna get destroyed by Goldberg. And Goldberg is just gonna enjoy time with his son, and yeah. Roman Reigns says that he doesn't know who is the attacker. He also apologized to Samoa Joe because, well, it was not Samoa Joe. I really like that because, like I've said in my previous video, heels are heels, faces are faces, but they're still people. You know, it doesn't mean that a face cannot agree with a heel or the other way around, or a heel just can't show any emotion. It felt a little bit more real, and I really appreciate that. Roman Reigns says that he's gonna get the answers tonight. So during this match, Natalya basically destroyed Ember Moon. Like, seriously, it was sad to watch. She's a contender for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship, and she got basically destroyed by Natalya. We got the sharpshooter on the ringside floor, the referee calls for the countout, and Bayley basically saved her. It's embarrassing. Someone backstage really doesn't like Ember Moon, and the only reason Ember got a chance is because fans really like her, but WWE definitely doesn't like her. Someone backstage is not a big fan of Ember Moon because she basically lost every single match after she became a #1 contender. She became a #1 contender because she didn't win any matches, but Bayley decided to give her a title shot. And then she lost a match, and then she lost again. She's getting destroyed. She looks very weak. It's really bad, and I don't think that it's a coincidence. We got the Kevin Owens show with Shane McMahon, and Kevin Owens actually answered some questions. We all questioned why Kevin Owens doesn't want a match to be... Basically, if Shane McMahon loses, he has to quit the WWE, because right now, if Kevin Owens loses, he will have to quit the WWE. So why it's also not the other way around? So he basically said that it's Shane McMahon. He's a McMahon, so the stipulation basically wouldn't matter anyway, but then again, I still want that. But Shane McMahon didn't agree. He said that Shane McMahon has no balls, but Shane McMahon wanted to prove otherwise. We were about to get a brawl, and of course, Elias interrupted. We got a stunner on Elias on the announce table, but Shane McMahon capitalized on that. He flips the table over on top of Kevin Owens. He sets up a steel chair and then drop kicks it. He also yells at him and slaps him multiple times. So that was pretty decent. It still doesn't matter. I mean, it's pretty obvious that Kevin Owens is definitely going to win the match, and if he's not, he's definitely not leaving. So it's basically WWE saying that no, Shane McMahon is not getting off your television anytime soon. It's basically just that. Sami Zayn comes out of the ring and starts talking about Alistair Black. He wants to beat Alistair at SummerSlam, and he wants to take all the hype away. Alistair Black interrupts and he says that I'm not gonna face you at SummerSlam, I'm gonna fight you tonight. We got the match, pretty decent, you know, nothing really special, but I wonder who Alistair Black is gonna face at SummerSlam, if anyone. And of course, he wins the match with Black Mass. So that was pretty decent. Like I've said, who is he gonna face at SummerSlam? Probably no one, and that's a bit of a shame. Then we got Shelton Benjamin in another interview where he's basically looking at everything, and he was asked whether he's gonna compete for the 24/7 championship. That's basically the interviewer saying, Shelton, are you a jobber? Shelton, boy, are you a jobber? Shouldn't you be fighting for the 24/7 championship? Shelton. He didn't say anything and walked away. We got the Firefly Funhouse. A pretty boring edition, if I'm being honest. Nothing new. So hopefully WWE are gonna change something about this, because it's getting stale, I'm not gonna lie. Nothing really came out of it. He basically talked about Finn Balor, and then we got another video package of him being the Fiend or whatever. So it's kind of getting stale. Hopefully WWE will figure out a new way to make it still, you know, fresh every week. Elias doesn't appreciate a fact that Chad Gable left some stuff in Elias' dressing area. He made some jokes about Gable's height and walked off. I guess this is a new rivalry. Maybe we're getting a kickoff match at SummerSlam. I don't know. But I just don't get it. Is Chad Gable on 205 Live or on SmackDown? Or the wild card rule is still in effect on every show? We got a pretty cool sit-down interview from Kofi Kingston with a bunch of video packages. This is definitely going to be the match of the night, the match that we are going to care about at least. I really cannot wait, and to summarize his whole point, basically, Randy Orton held Kofi Kingston down. So now, if Kofi Kingston will defeat Randy Orton for the WWE Championship, he will prove to everyone, to Randy and himself, that he deserves to be the WWE Champion. And that's not even a storyline, that's kind of the reality, in a way, kinda. So I really like that storyline. It kind of rides itself, and I'm pretty sure the match is gonna be good as well. I don't know if I want Kofi to retain, though. I wouldn't mind Randy Orton as a champion. So, and it's also pretty unpredictable. I kinda see Orton winning. Then we got Xavier Woods and Big E versus Daniel Bryan and Rowan. Wasn't bad, pretty entertaining, but I gotta be honest, I've seen that so many times that I just didn't really pay attention anymore. But basically, they destroyed the New Day and the referee called for the Q. After the bell, they continued the beating on Big E and Woods, and Roman Reigns is shown walking backstage. He tells everyone to leave and he gets into Buddy Murphy's face. He basically asks whether it was Buddy Murphy who attacked him. He says that it was not him, but he wouldn't even tell if he knew who it was. So he gets his ass whipped. Yeah, Roman Reigns, the Superman. Buddy Murphy is too scared to argue anymore, so he basically says that he saw Rowan and Daniel Bryan. Roman Reigns is pretty shocked by the news, and we got a shot of Daniel Bryan and Rowan looking at the Titantron, and I'm pretty sure we got the answer of who attacked Roman Reigns. It was pretty expected, we all knew that it's going to be Daniel Bryan. I just don't understand what is Daniel Bryan's announcement. Wasn't he supposed to announce something? I don't get it. How these two are connected. Maybe they're not connected in any way. I don't know. But it's gonna be good. I don't think we're getting a match at SummerSlam yet. Are we? I don't know. We should. I mean, it's Roman Reigns. Is Roman Reigns gonna miss SummerSlam? I really don't think so. So WWE are probably going to figure out a way to put Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan on SummerSlam, rightfully so. And it's gonna be a good match. I felt like it was revealed way too early, because it just started to become interesting. But then again, it is what it is. And like I've said, this show was kinda important when you think about it. Now we know who attacked Roman Reigns, but then again, they didn't really try as much. So thank you for watching the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Leave a like, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And as always, your boy TheGreatOne. Peace, love, and hugs.